What's up, my Moon Tribe? I'm Haley, and welcome back to Moon Tribe Tarot. This is for the star sign of Sagittarius from March 21st to March 26th, for Sagittarius, March 2020. Take what resonates, leave behind what does not. If you would like to book a personal reading with me where your messages will 100% correlate to you, because it's specifically for your storyline in mind, you can find all the information how to reach me in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and get right on to it. I pulled 3 cards for you for the tarot from the regular Mystical Manga Tarot, and then 2 cards from the Lenormand. Honestly, I'm going to preface this with this. Everybody is pretty much going through the same thing right now, and a lot of the similar energy has come out for almost all star signs. In some variation, some way, there's definitely some sort of panic and fear for what's going on. So I'm going to be making a specific reading video about the virus and about the, what we can do, what you need to know about it, the actualities, the truth. I'm going to be giving information, shit, to help mitigate fears at this time. But for right now, in this specific reading, just know that we're all kind of in the same boat. And don't be scared about this because we're all going through the same thing. So don't look at this and be like, I'm going to go blah, blah, blah. It's not. Trust that we're all in the same boat, alright? So it's not, especially during this time, don't freak out when you see this, because I'm making it sound way worse than it is. So let's just get right into it. We got the Strength card, the Knight of Swords, with the outcome, the 8 of Swords. And then Lenormand, we got the House, this is the Dog, and then the Tower. So I'm going to read you the tarot, my manga first, because I know that better. So the Strength card represents literally having personal power and strength in a situation, overcoming your anxieties and doing your shadow work. There is a lion in this card representing her fears and her demons, representing that not only has she overcome them, but he is riding into battle with her. She has made him her bitch, and he's working for her. He's fucking working for her. She has done so much in the realm of her work, of her mindset, where he's actually aiding her. She's turned her fears into fucking valuable resources here. She has made progress, and there is something fast coming in too with his progress. The Knight of Swords, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, just represents an energy of something coming in pretty chaotically and needing to put the work on your shadow work and needing to get a control over your anxieties in a pretty small time frame. There is an anxiety. This is mainly an anxiety spread. There are fears of isolation and separation. There is also commitments here and loyal and companionship. So let me, before I just delve right into that, the Dog represents a loyal companionship. It is somebody that has something very stable. When I see commitments or relationships, I think of this. So trust that there is something in the situation that is stable. There's definitely commitment to the situation, and it does represent, I can read this in 2 different ways for this spread. It can represent a fear of being tethered to something or afraid of commitments. It is also just saying that you have something there for you that is not so easily taken out, because the dog is on a leash. The dog does represent a loyal and trusted companion that isn't going anywhere because he is attached to this house. But it does definitely say that you are attached to the situation. You have stability here. You might not be fully recognizing or seeing that at this time. I feel like your fears of being isolated and being alone are taking the forefront of this. And I say that because the tower does kind of mean this isolation. It's kind of this prison type of aspect where I see there's kind of ruins, there's one solitary tower, and then there's a few buildings in the background overlooking the sea. This is kind of a recluse situation, kind of like the hermit. When I think of this, I think that's where the hermit would live. So it is kind of a fear of being a fear of being maybe shut out from the outside world, maybe a fear of being shut out from the ones that you care and love about, and needing to overcome this fear in a very relatively short period of time. It's coming in quick. We all know, if this is what I am reading for, and I am trying to be so careful with not touching my face directly, I'm so fucking itchy. I've got allergies up the ass right now with my nose just itching out of nowhere. No, I'm not sick. But to me, I look at this as a fear. I definitely see this as fears because we got this as the outcome. The 8 of Swords represents literally trapping yourself into a fear. It does not mean that is the actual outcome of, your fears become reality. That's not what the outcome here means. It means that if you allow it to continue to have hold over your life, if you allow it to continue to have any sort of impact over the power that you have gone ahead, I can almost see these two cards existing together, because if you look, can you even see that? If you look closely in the background where this tower these buildings are, I kind of look at the fucking background of this, and she's kind of been like, bitch, I'm going to sea, and I'm going to, I'm gonna fucking put all these swords around here, and I'm gonna prevent myself from getting any forward progress, and I'm gonna scare the living shit out of myself because I've got all these swords around me and I'm somehow bound by all these fears because I've put myself in this position, and now I'm like, it's either here or there. Like, I don't want to be alone, I don't want to be in solitary, I also don't want to be in the middle of the fucking ocean. But you are putting yourself into these fears, either unwillingly or not 100%. It's not something that's 100% reality. It is, your fears are definitely you need the most to be working on how you mitigate your fears during this time, because it can spiral out of control for you. Even though you have something very, very stable, the fear of something else taking the reins is enough to drive you over the edge. And during this time, we can't have this panic right now. The panic is not helping us. The panic in the situation, whatever this is, love life, work, home, coronavirus, wherever this is, the best method to this is to not do this. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're blinding yourself willingly. Be open to all possibilities, to all ideas, to make judgments for yourself, to definitely do your own shadow work, be the person that you need to be at the most at this time, kind of decide what is real, what is not on your own. Don't let other people decide for you what the reality is. You have to do that by yourself, or else these fears and these cycles are going to keep repeating for you. I don't see this is definitely not a positive spread, but it's one where you can make this whatever it is that you would like to. You're putting the fears, and you're forcing your hand with this. It is saying that if you were to think of this situation in a different light, you'd be able to get out of this. It is not as dire as it seems, although it's the most forefront thing I'm going to tell you is you need to be focusing on your fears and what is directly true or not, because that is where you're going to have the problems of all this misinformation coming in pretty fucking quickly, and things getting to this escalated state is going to cause mass panic. So right now you need to figure out what the lies are, what the truth is, and to see things in a different lens, because you are willingly putting yourself into this fear mode right now, and that cannot continue to happen if you want to have success over your anxieties. That is for the star sign of Sagittarius. I will see you on the flip side. Please take care of yourself, take caution, wash your hands, do all the things that the CDC would like you to do at this time. Please just take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, my Moon Tribe. Stay safe. Peace out.